racing day, so loud out here I can't hear a thing. Man, the fans are going wild. And these drivers came to rock, and no place else but Fox knows how to do it NASCAR style. Boogity, boogity, boogity. Let's go racing, boys. Hey, now here we go, race day. Don't be going slow. Keep that pedal down on the floor. Push it to the crowd, can't take no more than hair. Since the flag came down the air to the last lap around. Well, dog, it's time to play. Gonna get a little bit sideways. Hey, since the flag came down the air to the last lap around. Well, dog, it's time to play. Gonna get a little bit sideways.
Welcome to the finale of the M&M Cup Series Season 1 for the Chevrolet Silverado 300. 43 drivers enter the field today with a chance to win the race, but only 5 drivers come in with a chance to win a much shinier trophy, the inaugural M&M Cup Series Champion Trophy. So now we'll show you what the trophy looks like, sitting right there in the infield. And now let's get a look at the 5 drivers with an opportunity to win that trophy. Carl Edwards, the points leader. As long as he stays 5 positions ahead of Dale Earnhardt Jr., he will win the title. Dale Earnhardt Jr. is second in points. He's 8 points back. He starts in 6th place, so he's already got a bit of a disadvantage. Jeff Gordon, 12 points behind the lead, must finish 7 positions ahead of Carl Edwards and 3 ahead of his teammate Dale Earnhardt Jr. Matt Kenseth, 16 back, must finish 9 above Carl, 4 above Gordon, and 6 above Dale Jr. And Kevin Harvick with the longest odds is 26 points back, must finish 14 above Carl, 8 above Jeff, 10 above Dale Earnhardt, and 6 above Matt Kenseth. Now let's get a look at the spoilers for today's race. Greg Biffle and Jimmy Johnson start up in row 1. Biffle is the teammate of the points leader. Jimmy Johnson is the teammate of Dale Earnhardt Jr. So we'll see if they'll help each other out and win the title. Denny Hamlin, the fastest Toyota and the teammate of Matt Kenseth, starts in 5th. So we'll see if he can help out Matt Kenseth. And Team Penske starts 7th and 8th. We'll see if they'll help out Carl Edwards as they all run forwards. Now, time for the command.
Drivers and Danica, start your engines!
As the cars fire up and they'll roll off. And now it's time for the final starting lineup of Season 1. In row 1 today we got Greg Biffle on the pole next to Jimmy 7-time champ Johnson. Row 2 it's cousin Carl Edwards and Denny Hamlin. Row 3 it's Dale Earnhardt Jr. the fan favorite and Matt Kenseth, 2 championship contenders. Row 4 it's Joey Logano and his teammate Brad Keselowski. Row 5, 2 more championship contenders, Kevin Harvick and Jeff Gordon. Then in row 6, it's the Outlaw, Kurt Busch and Ryan Blaney. Row 7, it's Ricky Stenhouse Jr. and Kyle Busch. Then in row 8, it's the Skittles 300 winner Kyle Larson and Martin Truex Jr. Row 9, it's Austin Dillon and Matt Becerra making his second start in the M&M Cup Series. Row 10, it's Tony Smoke Stewart and Ricky Bobby. Then in row 11, it's Casey Kane, the underdog of Hendrick Motorsports, and Danica Patrick, the underdog of Stuart Haas. Row 12, it's Eric Almirola and Jamie Big Mac Murray. Then in row 13, it's the Rocket Man, Ryan Newman, and Quint Boyer. Row 14, it's Trevor Bayne and the bright yellow fellow Paul Menard. Then rounding out the top 30, it's Casey Reese and AJ Allmendinger, 2 RCR affiliate teams. Then in row 16, it's Justin Allgaier making his M&M Cup debut, Eric Jones. Row 17, it's Chris Buescher making his M&M Cup debut, and David Reagan. Row 18, it's Michael Waltrip and Michael McDowell, the Mike and Mike Show. Then in row 19, it's Marcus Ambrose making his final start, and Ryan Truex. Row 20, it's Michael Annett and Alex Bowman. Then in row 21, it's David Gillen, and making his first start in the M&M Cup Series, Jeffrey Earnhardt. Then in row 22, rounding out the field, it's David Ruderman. Now let's get a look at your track facts. It's just under 1.5 miles. You want to be on the outside of the stretches and on the inside in the turns, that being the preferred groove. Now here's your race facts. It's 14 laps. We should have 2 pit stops between laps 5 and 6 and 9 and 11. Watch out for Greg Biffle and Jimmy Johnson to play spoiler, and we do have a 20% chance of rain. That should not play too much into factor for today's race, however. And now we're ready to go green for the final race of Season 1. The pace truck is in, and Greg Biffle and Jimmy Johnson lead him down. Green flag is out. And Jimmy Johnson gets a great run going into turn 2. He's going to take the lead. Here comes Carl Edwards with the run on the outside. He's going to take away second from Greg Biffle. As Jimmy Johnson's going to lead his first lap since the Brickyard 400. And that was race 4. Meanwhile, Carl Edwards is going to take the lead from Jimmy Johnson. But here comes Jimmy with the run off of turn 4. And he's going to lead lap 2. Meanwhile, Kevin Harvick fell all the way back to 15th on the start. And I can see it looks like his car did not get up to speed, but it is now. And he's all the way back up into 7th now. So you see Jeff Gordon battling with Matt Kenseth for 5th. Meanwhile, back up front, Biffle moves up into 2nd. Dale Jr. has a power move up into 4th, and we got a spin up in turn 2. It's 2 drivers as the caution will come out here on lap 5. Looks like it's going to come out for David Gillen and David Runeman. Too much damage on both cars for either of them to continue. As let's see a replay for what happened. You see the 55 of David Runeman. Looks like he wanted to come down. Looks like he thought he cleared David Gillen. But his nose was just in there. And then they went up the track after making contact. As here it is again. This is just miscalculation by the 55 team. So unfortunate for them, and now we'll see our first round of pit stops for today. As everybody's going to come in right now. As Greg Biffle and Carl Edwards' teammates are running the exact same setup right now. Everybody's going to take 4 tires. As Biffle won that race off of pit road. Here comes Jeff Gordon and Matt Kenseth, followed by Kevin Harvick. As here's your M&M'S 7 off of pit road. So you see Greg Biffle was first, Jimmy second. So they'll be in row 1 once again, and they see I'm back, the championship 5. As we're going to take a quick commercial break, and we'll be right back after these messages.
Chevy Suburban, the highest ranked full-size SUV in initial quality. Chevy Tahoe, the best-selling full-size SUV.
Take it. You take it.
And the powerful 275 horsepower Trailblazer.
Boys.
It's one tough family of SUVs, Chevy, an American revolution.
Welcome back to the Chevy Silverado 300 here at Salt Lake Speedway. As we do have a Chevy up in row 1, that being Jimmy Johnson. As we're ready to go back to green here on lap 8. So you see the pace truck is in. As Greg Biffle, Jimmy Johnson, Darren Hart Jr., Carl Edwards, and Jeff Gordon, your top 5. Green flag is back out as Darren Hart Jr. gets a great run. Carl Edwards is going to get shuffled back. Jr. is your new points leader. He's going to rocket to the lead. He's going to lead his first lap since, I believe, it's been a long time since he led. I think it's been since the M&M'S 200 where he led a race. And Jeffrey Earnhardt gets loose now. He's going to save the car. Meanwhile, back in front, Darren Hart Jr. is going to lead lap 10. And we got a big spin in the back. Multiple cars involved. So it looks like Ryan Newman may have been the cause of that. As he's going to be out of the race. So is Justin Allgaier along with Paul Menard and Trevor Bayne. And Michael McDowell was also involved. He was able to drive it back, but he's just going to park it in the garage. Too much damage for that team to continue. So let's see a replay of what happened. Watch the 31 right in the middle of your screen. Gives a little bump to the 6. Knocks the 6 out of shape. He gets into the 27 of Paul Menard. And he just spins right into the middle of the field. So here it is again. See, Trevor Bayne got loose, got into a Paul Menard. He just spun into the field. Great job by David Reagan in the 34 to avoid that. He just went right through the middle. And now it's time for our final round of pit stops today. Everybody's going to come in to top off on fuel and get some more tires. As they see Jeff Gordon's in right now. He's had a perfect car, no complaints from him. He's going to take 4 tires and he's going to fill up on fuel. Jeff may not be able to win the title the way Dale Jr. is running, but he may be able to win the race. So you see Carl Edwards is in right now. He got shuffled back on that start all the way back into 11th. And Dale Jr. slowed up. Jeff Gordon was able to take 2nd off of pit road. Was that by design from the 88 team? We'll find out after this final commercial break. You're watching the Chevy Silverado 300 at Salt Lake Speedway. We'll be right back.
Whoa, look at Kyle Busch out there.
Yeah, he is all over the track.
I mean, what has gotten into him today?
Oh, that cannot be good.
Oh, unbelievable.
Whoa, look out.
Wait a minute. Is Kyle in reverse?
Yeah, you don't see that every day. Okay, that is bad, bad driving.
Oh, this is not like Kyle at all.
Are we winning?
I thought you were looking.
M&M'S makes race day more fun.
What is Kyle thinking?
Welcome back to the Chevy Silverado 300s. We're about to go on board with Dale Earnhardt Jr. for the restart, as he gave Jeff Gordon 2nd coming off. So we'll see if he's able to pass Greg Biffle. And the green flag is back out here on lap 12. Dale Earnhardt Jr. able to pass Greg Biffle going into turn 1 once again. He's going to clear him going off of 2, and wow! Carl Edwards drove all the way down to the apron. Kenseth was there to block. 2 laps to go now. So you see Jeff Gordon had a run, but Biffle was able to block him. Carl Edwards has to pass Matt Kenseth and Kevin Harvick in order to win the title. He passed Kevin Harvick. Now all he has to do is pass Matt Kenseth, or Dale Jr. has to get past. White flag's out now. So you see Biffle tried to go under there. Not that time by, though. Dale Earnhardt Jr. is just 2 turns away from winning the Season 1 championship. And Biffle moves him out of the way. Greg Biffle just moved Dale Earnhardt Jr. out of the way. And Carl Edwards is going to win the Season 1 championship. Wow. What a finish. As here's the replay. See, Biffle was able to draft up to him and just use his bumper to move him out of the way, giving Carl Edwards the championship and Biffle to win. So congrats to Roush Fenway. They also had the pole today. So you see Biffle and Carl congratulating each other as they're going to burn it down. The first 2-car burnout in M&M Cup Series history. So congratulations to Carl Edwards, the Season 1 champion, and Greg Biffle, who gave Carl Edwards the assist in winning the championship. Kyle Larson is your Rookie of the Year by about 30 points on Austin Dillon. And congratulations to Marcus Ambrose on his last start. He started 37th and finished 23rd. He's the biggest mover. We got an M&M Cup Series record, most consecutive green flag laps. 5 laps here at Salt Lake, 4 at Indianapolis. So get a look at your finishing results. Biffle first, Jimmy second. Jeff Gordon finishes 3rd, Dale Earnhardt Jr. 4th, Matt Kenseth 5th, Carl Edwards 6th, Kevin Harvick 7th, Casey Kane 8th. Wow, big move for him. And Kyle Busch 9th, Matthew Becerra rounds out your top 10. So you see Brad Keselowski 13th, Denny Hamlin 14th, Kurt Busch 15th, Joey Logano 17th. Not the day that Joey, Brad, and Denny wanted to have. So you see Eric Jones finished in 22nd in his M&M Cup debut. Chris Buescher finished in 28th on his M&M Cup debut. They'll be back for more in Season 2, quite possibly. So now we get a look at your final finishing results here. As Michael McDowell finished in 37th after that late race incident. As we get a look at your final standings after this race, so you see Carl Edwards obviously is your champion. He beat Dale Earnhardt Jr. by 6 points, Jeff Gordon by 8 points, and Matt Kenseth by 16 points. As we get a look at the rest of the final standings, and if you are with us since race 1, you will know that only 24 drivers were point eligible. And thank you for watching the finale of Season 1 of the M&M Cup Series. The All-Star race should be up pretty soon, and after that, the Season 2 M&M'S 200 sign-ups are still open. You should go sign up for a car. We have about 9 left. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you at the All-Star race.